What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, the pig, here for another video. Today, listen, we're going to be going over ASHVEIL a little bit. I just ran through the endgame content. I'll save you the time. There's no night fights in this match. I deliberately didn't do that because I know that he cannot perform well against the knights. I'm just going to put it like that. I am going to, you probably already saw him. I'm going to show you the build that I use for ASHVEIL. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good build for him. You may ask why I'm sounding so disappointed right now, but it is because, look, he's not great. So he's E1S1. I did end up getting very lucky on some summons and got him E1S1. Look, dude, I'm very disappointed with the way that this guy goes. I do not think that he's a solid character. I think that he's very weak. That is most likely because this character is going to be on this Blade SP team. That's all we can hope for. He just got drip marketed, Mr. Blade. He looks pretty cool. For ASHVEIL, though, I hope that he is a great follow-up attacker and really helps ASHVEIL out, because ASHVEIL is a neat character. I think his animations are actually pretty satisfying. The problem is he cannot do enough damage on his own anymore, and, you know, Hoyoverse made sure of that with his beta nerfs. I just wanted to, because I actually, you know, like, I got ASHVEIL, then I got his E1 and his S1, and I never actually, I don't think I ever actually ran him in, like, the content. I just kind of, like, let him sit in my account. I did try him against the Knights when I first got him, and yeah, even after E1S1, like, dude, the guy just cannot perform well. The team that I was using for all of these matches, by the way, was my E1 Tribby. So it's E1 Tribby with S5 DDD, E0 Sunday S1, and then Don Hung E0 with the S5 Preservation Battle Pass cone. So it's a pretty free-to-play friendly team, I think. Like, it's not too high investment. It's a pretty low-cost team. I mean, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8 cost for the team, if I'm not mistaken. Which is not too high. I mean, it's counting Don Hung as a limited character, I guess, too. So maybe a little bit less. But, you know, I just wanted to run. This is what is considered, I think, his best team. I don't think there's a better team for him out there. Now, I could have done one thing differently, and that's run Cyrene. I could have ran E6 Cyrene with him. However, and I have done that in the past, and I did do that before I recorded this video. I actually did run Cyrene on the team. I don't know if that's fair. E6 Cyrene really does take over and kind of just, like, mogs ASHVEIL. Like, there's not even anything he can do. Like, he's completely subservient to Cyrene E6 being who she is, and I don't think that's fair for ASHVEIL, because, like, I mean, Cyrene's just consuming him, so it's not really an ASHVEIL showcase. It's more of a Cyrene showcase. And so I just decided not to run it, and I just ran his team as a hyper carry. Like I said, I hope Blade SP is good, and I hope Blade SP can like help him out with a little bit of getting the damage out. Getting damage out is very difficult for him at E1. I'll put up what his E1 does on the screen and what his cone does as well. He has a really difficult time getting damage out. His E1 is locked behind a 50% health threshold, which is kind of annoying, because it is like a noticeable damage upgrade. Like when you're watching some of these clips, notice how much more damage he's doing when the enemy's below 50% HP. It is noticeable. Like, it's noticeable. I don't know why they didn't just make it 36%. It is all enemies though, so it's not just his attacks. Meaning, and this is what I said in my last video, telling him not to summon for this character, that his E1 will be good for Blade, specifically Blade. I'm hoping, you know, still that it's going to be true. Now, in terms of what content this guy's going to be good in, next week, MOC resets. I don't imagine he'll be any better in that MOC. Pure Fiction, he seems okay, but he can't get 40,000 points, which is always like, I mean, it's always a little disappointing when a character can't get 40,000 points. I think he got like 3,800 or 38,000. I'm sorry. You know, his funny enough, his APOC was pretty good, which I wasn't expecting. If you're asking why I only did one MOC run, one Pure Fiction run, and one APOC run, I am cutting out the other ones. I'm just picking his best performing stage on each of those game modes. Same with the Knights, but the Knights he couldn't 3-star any of the Knights, so I just didn't bother. I just didn't bother putting those in. I'm sorry, I should say he can't 3-star them without Cyrene. Me personally, like, I'm a little bit harsher on characters in this game than most people. I consider Honkai Star Rail a game of numbers. I mean, this game is technically like solved. Like, there's a best team for every character in the game. There's a best build for every character in the game. I don't think ASHVEIL's worth your pulls. I do not think this character's good. However, like I said in my last video, he'll be fine once Blade SP comes out. Hopefully, presumably, because once Blade SP comes out, then he'll have a teammate. You know, a real DPS teammate, and he'll fulfill his role as a sub DPS, which Hoyover so desperately wanted him to be. And I think they wanted to avoid another Anox. That was happening. I mean, to be fair, ASHVEIL was able to be clear, or he was able to clear content at a pretty high level with a decently low cost. I think like people in the beta were kind of running like E2, some E1 teammates, and he was pretty solid. And I think they just wanted to avoid another Anoxa from ever releasing in this game. We might look back in the future and say Anox is sort of like the dance of 5-star characters, where he was supposed to be, and I mean, like, he was supposed to be like the literally just the banner following Castris. I don't think they wanted him to be as dominant as he was or is even. But for low cost clears, he's absolutely nuts. And I think they just wanted to avoid that again, like I said. And gacha games do this all the time, where, you know, they'll release a character with a mechanic that's really, really good, and then they just kind of like avoid it without saying anything ever again. The only other real like gacha game I have a ton of hours in is Dokkan Battle, and I remember in Dokkan they released Tech Ultimate Gohan, and when they released him and he had unconditional guard, like, that character dominated the game. He had great stacking defense as well. The character dominated the game for a long time, and since then they've really never released a character like that. They don't want to risk it, like, and I think that's what Anoxa is for 5-star characters, and I think that's what DDD is for light cones. Like, they don't want to release a sort of, I mean, essentially an unconditional action advance of a ridiculous amount. But that's my little tangent over. Look, guys, ASHVEIL's not good. His prospects look high, though. I will say, like, if the once the Blade SP kit comes out, I mean, I'm gonna post it. I swear to God, that video is gonna be 30 minutes out after it posts, and we'll go over it. I'm super excited for Blade SP. If he's going to be a follow-up attacker and he's going to be on the ASHVEIL, or ASHVEIL's going to be on his team, I'm going to do my best to get that content out as soon as I can. Because I really, really want ASHVEIL to be good. I'm a huge fan of his animations. I'm a huge fan of the character. As much like I did, you know, I do say, like, it's a numbers game, but the number one, I'm on record saying this, so don't say I'm switching up. If you really like a character, summon for it. This is how it is. You can make the character work. I'm sure ASHVEIL can work. You just have to have super high investment. Look, I don't know if Sunday is gonna make the cut. I can only imagine that it's gonna be Blade SP, ASHVEIL, Tribi, Danhong. I can only imagine that. I can't imagine Sunday makes a team, given that it's sort of like a follow-up attack team. And I know, you know, Tribi and Danhong aren't your traditional follow-up attackers, but they do, you know, follow-up attack. So that's kind of what you're running. Like I said, we don't even know Blade's kit, so it could be anything. But that's what I'm gonna say. So thanks, guys, for watching again. I'm gonna let this run play, or this video play out. If you guys want to see more content, let me know. And I mean specifically around ASHVEIL. If you want to see the runs with Cyrene, I can post them. I'll just I'll just talk about it. We can talk about Cyrene a little bit, like or how ASHVEIL works with Cyrene and really what makes him good. We could run a full wheelchair comp if you guys want. I mean, we can do that too. So just let me know if you guys want to see any more content concerning him in the future. Anyways, I'll let this play out, and thanks again, guys.
Travel to the break of dawn, rounding out. I'm on a mission, routing out whatever it is I gotta do. Routing out until the day I meet you. I'm routing out. I look up in the skies, asking out a while, but never let it faze me. I'm keeping good vibes when I'm on the road. Watch out for all